We got an update yesterday, but today I'm going to give you your booster shot. Oh yeah! Hello humans and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a company. Guys, I'm telling you, this story can teach us so much about business. You know, besides the whole Amico saga giving us entertainment on the YouTubes because of all the people involved, all the characters, all the storylines. I mean, it's great, right? It's great. But it can also teach us a lot about business, right? And teach you a lot about investing, especially when you're doing, private deals in companies. And if you analyze it, right? If we look at the bigger picture right now, where is television at? And television, as far as negotiations, is in the worst position possible. Why? Because everybody knows you're broke, right? You do have some assets, but since everybody knows you're broke and you need to sell these assets no matter what, there's not a real bidding war. It's more like, television's out there walking into a pawn shop and they're telling them, hey, this is the best I can do, right? And out of all the lowball offers, because make no mistake, when somebody is desperate, right? When somebody's selling stuff on Craigslist, when you're at a garage sale, that's why you get the best deals. Why? Because people are putting this stuff out there because they need the money, right? Some of it could be extra, but most of the time you get a lot of great deals because people just want to get rid of it in order to raise capital, right? So this is what's happening here. I mean, it's not you're not gonna have a bidding war for Brain Duel. And what could you get out of this deal, right? These are not in the hundreds of thousands. It's no. You're not going to get any refund money out of this. If you're a master negotiator and you see something like this, you offer the lowest amount possible, number one, and you can do maybe a revenue share of the profits because you're not the one in need of money, right? We're going to take a closer look at Bbg Entertainment. Of course, they have the Boulder Dash Deluxe game out there, which is very Amico looking, let me say. Now, guys, Bbg makes sense because they already had Einstein Brain Trainer, right, which is like Brain Duel, and they had their own version of Dino Blaster, right? So the entry point for them would be a lot lower as opposed to a company that had to start from scratch, right? So they can make maybe a better profit sharing offer in the long term. And that's something a company that would have to build these games from nothing couldn't do, right? So this is probably a friendlier deal to a television. But when you take a closer look, and that's what we're doing here, we're digging deeper, let's see what this company brings to the table and what size company is it. Well, let's look at their LinkedIn profile, right? First of all, the company size, 2 to 10 employees, right? They're not very specific, but only 3 are on LinkedIn. So we're not looking at a huge organization here. And check this out. Where are they based out of? Munich, Germany. Could it be the doing of our friends Hans and Franz over there? I don't know. But it's interesting that this comes out of Germany, right? Probably they developed a relationship when Hans was still working. Who knows, right? But let's even take a closer look than this. Now, guys, on the quick search that I was able to do on my lunch break today, I found out just a little bit about the company. They've been open since 2008, right? And they've been in the red most years. The first time they made profits, according to this public profile, was in 2011. And after that, they didn't break the red. 2019, they had a down year. In 2020, they had a better year. And that year, they sold about 543,622 euros, around there, right? And right now, as of right now, what I can tell from the information that's available, the little that I was able to find, this is a privately held company, by the way. The valuation of the company of sales and assets right now stands at about 700,000 euros, which is a lot more money than television has, right? At least in television knows they're going to get paid. But as you can see, the economic power of this company is not huge, right? It's less than $1 million. So we're not dealing with a big entity here. You also know that they have very few employees. So what is the marketing going to be as far as this? It's probably going to be YouTube, right? It's probably going to be all the people out there playing this game, trying to criticize it, or both games. So, a Brain Duel, that's, as far as, my experience in sales, that's the least of the games anybody was interested in. Nobody wanted to hear about Brain Duel. As a matter of fact, I think that's the lowest priced game that I sold when I was doing the charity event, which was, something like, 19, 18 bucks, something like that. And Dino Blaster actually made a little more. I think that was 26 to 30, I can't remember. But no, these are not the big sellers, so I don't see a lot of promotion going into this. They're probably just going to throw it in the stores, and that's about it. If there's going to be any buzz of these games, if they come out first, it's going to be because of the Amiga community, both pro and haters. Now, on top of being in a weak position economically, they also have a credibility problem. And television has said in the past that they have partnerships when all they had is conversations. So at this point, right, and this is not out of, trying to dunk on them or anything like that, but if I'm negotiating on the other side, right, I know that this company, number one, could say that they have partnerships, and it may not be true, right? It may not be true because they've done that in the past. Number one. Number two, I know they have to sell these because they're desperate for money. So why am I going to give you top dollar when I know you have to sell, right? And it's always a bad thing, guys, when you can't walk away from the table at a deal because nobody else is offering you anything, right? So it's going to be very hard for them to get top dollar for these two IPs, which we know one of them is not Earthworm Jim, right? That ship has sailed. So what do you have left? You can pick the two games. There's games I like, but they might be different than anything else. For them, the two IPs could be, Moon Patrol and Missile Command, right? So really, this statement doesn't mean anything to the negotiator on the other side. So as you see, as positive as you may want to be about this deal, this is a smaller company. These aren't $1 million deals, right? They're not. And, the fact that we don't have any details on the others, all that's telling you, if I have to guess, is they have those other two IPs out there for sale trying to get bids. But you know what's going to happen? The same deal. These guys are just walking into a pawn shop. They're just putting stuff out on Craigslist, and somebody's at the other side of the counter telling them, this is the best I can do. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.